What's going on YouTube? This is Mark with Waist Deep Wade Fishing, Southwest Florida. How's everyone doing out there? I hope all is well. And today we're going to be talking about redfish. And from the last video that I posted, I gave my word that on the next video I would post, I would put out there another secret hidden location that is a guaranteed spot for redfish. Now people do know about it, people do fish it. There's a couple of fly fishermen that are out there that actually put me on the spot 5 years ago that showed me where it was. It is a little technical, so I'm going to explain to you there's certain ways in this area to catch them. It's just not one of them spots you can walk up to and throw a lure and be like, okay, I got a redfish. So we're going to go into that today. But before I do so, I do want to thank everyone again, for liking, subscribing, sharing, pushing the views up and pushing the channel forward. So without further ado, let's begin. Redfish, my favorite fish to catch, the most exciting fish to go after in my point of view, pound for pound, one of the strongest fish and one of the best tasting. So here in Southwest Florida, you have a couple of sets of people. You have people who like to go out there and throw bait off a boat, sit and wait, drink beer, and socialize, whatnot. Then you have the serious fishermen that actually get down and dirty like myself. That get in the water, they have the lures, they've done the research, and they consistently catch fish every time they go out. So that's the whole purpose, of starting this channel. I want to be able to show everyone out in the world exactly what I do and how I do it and why it catches fish. So before I show you the spot, okay, I'm gonna put that spot towards the end of the video. I want you to watch this whole video so you get an idea, okay, and get some education on how to catch fish there. So number one, in this particular spot, most of it is muddy, and I'm not saying super muddy, but it's it's soft ground. Then there's other parts of this particular flat that hold a beautiful patch of, I'm going to say, about a half of an acre of pristine grass with potholes in it. On the back of that, there's a large sandbar that is close to a pass. Okay, so you have moving water coming through a pass, you have a grass flat, you've got mud, you've got a mangrove line, okay? You have all the ingredients for redfish to be there, okay? This particular spot, I have, my biggest from that spot was like 26 inches, but I've had days where, I've caught 5 or 10 of them, all on artificial, on an incoming tide in the morning. Now at this particular spot, how you want to fish it and how I would suggest fishing it, if you come there early in the morning, and you decide, okay, the conditions are right, throw the top water on, because the water is only going to be about 1 foot, maybe 2 foot deep. So you'll have, and the grass is tall, so you will have trouble, throwing or swimming a jig through it. Not unless you swim it weedless. But me, it's an old additive. Early in the morning, I'm putting a top water on. I'm throwing top water. Yeah, especially if I've got a little bit of wind, 1 to 3 knots. There's a little chop on the top of the water, preferably the wind behind me. Yeah, top water is going to be the way I go. And what I would suggest using either a Skitter V in white and chartreuse, or black and white, or black, white, and green, or a sheep pup in green bone chrome, pink, or chartreuse and white. Or, just go out there and, if you've got a whole bunch of top waters that you feel good about, throw what you like. But those are the ones that work for me. Now, preferably you want to be there on that low tide. You don't want to come there on that high tide. You're going to miss the bite. Come there, get a nice incoming tide, you know, right around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, have the beginning of the tide coming in. So as soon as you get through, you've got moving water. And as you see, you know, as the minutes go by, you'll start seeing the life. You'll start seeing more bait fish coming in. You'll see the mullet. And again, you know, this part of this spot that I'm going to reveal. It is muddy. When the water does come up, you can work back and work the mangrove line. You will catch small snook over there. I've never seen any really big snook. But if you work the line and that tide does come in, and it's not too hot, okay, come off that grass flat, work that mangrove line. Again, you know, when you're working around the mangrove line, I would suggest, and I'm not a big, you know, artificial shrimp thrower, but in this particular spot, use a DOA shrimp in the gold and white color. Works phenomenal. Throw it up underneath the bushes, and you're going to catch redfish and you're going to catch snook. Now, when the tide comes in and you get bored of that, or if you're a trophy hunter like myself, this particular sandbar that's out there holds massive trout, especially around this time. So when that tide comes up and you went from, let's just call calf deep water, and now you're waist deep, try to wade out as far as you can to get near that sandbar. Try to walk towards the end of that sandbar where the sandbar drops off. That point right there, and you'll see it all on the pictures that I'm going to be putting in this video, will hold massive trout. And I suggest at that point of the day, you know, if you've got a high tide, let's say around 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's hot out, throw yourself on a Rapala X-Wrap that can dive anywhere from 3 to 5 feet, you know, and use a cadence of a twitch, stop, twitch, stop. A sinking Miradine will work well, and then of course what I'm going to be throwing, I'm going to be throwing a 1/4 ounce jig head chartreuse on a chicken on a chain saltwater assassin's paddle tail. And make sure the paddle tail has a chartreuse tail. Again, you're going to lose a lot of baits because there are a lot of pinfish out there, and they are going to be nipping at it. Use your Procure, work the area, work it as a grid. You know, 5 or 10 minutes in this one little spot, move down a little bit. Fan cast until you can find a pod of trout that are feeding in that particular area. You will get them; they are there. But getting back to the redfish, and God knows, you know, redfish ain't nothing better. Once that water starts to come up about 1.5 feet, 2 feet, well, then you can change your game. At that point, I'm going to make a decision on whether I'm going to go with a soft plastic or a gold spoon. Most likely, I'm going to throw the soft plastic, and I'm going to be using gold and black because that water tends to have a darkish color. I rarely see it crystal clear in the summer. The wintertime, it's very clear. But spring and summertime, you know, we have our rain. That's going to go ahead and flush out the mangroves, and the dead vegetation is going to turn the water tannic. So it's going to have a darker color. So the gold really stands out. If I can't get nothing on that paddle tail, then of course I'm going to the Aqua Dream Gold Spoon. I'm going to put a little crab scent on it, and then, you know I'm going to catch a redfish. So enough talking about the redfish. As I said, I'm going to put the spot out there. So if you look right now, here comes the spot and the location. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope everyone in Southwest Florida gets a chance to see it. Get out to that spot. I'm sure after this is all done, I'm going to see some of you guys out there on the flat. And, you know, I don't like when people say, oh, well, you're burning up a spot. You know, I'm not burning up a spot, okay? This is a local spot. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people just don't know how to fish it. So again, go check out that spot. Use everything I discussed in the video, and I will see you on the next one. Again, this is Mark with Waist Deep. Hats off to everybody. Hats off to the first responders and everyone else helping us out there with the coronavirus. And I just want to just tell everyone thank you very much for helping me build the channel. I'm very grateful. Until then, you know what you need to go ahead and do? Go out there and go get yourself a redfish. Take it easy, guys.